right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to HoNcast.com, baby. As you can see, pretty good timing right there. Pretty good timing as soon as that top 5 plays finishes. Big shout out to Scumbag Network, by the way. Those guys over there are just absolutely amazing. I mean, the fact that they've been doing that series for as long as they have, and they still put out the most quality, the most fun videos to watch. So big shout out. That's Scumbag Network on YouTube. You can check out all their top 5 plays as well as even other videos. And with that said, as you can see, we are jumping into our next series, ladies and gentlemen. We have Lion Esports Club taking on Reason Gaming here in a best out of 3. This is the round of 8 now. Now, obviously, right off the bat, you're saying, wait a second, Reason Gaming? Since when? Where's Yiftig? Yeah, not the old Reason Gaming. This is a new Reason Gaming as of apparently today. I just got informed today. They name changed. They just picked up the sponsor. Formerly Justice League to an extent, obviously a little bit different roster. Saint Rock's actually no longer a part of the roster. They picked up Own Me, and as you can see, this is apparently their new 5-man roster that they're running with. You got Imba Boy Zane, I Like Ducks, a.k.a. Owned Me, TP's Priceless, and Embry is what they're going to be going with. So here we go. Reason Gaming, obviously a solid team, no doubt. Definitely, you can even put them up there in that top 5 if they're on the ball. This is a quality team. In fact, right now they're actually 6th overall in HoN Tour according to the standings via points. So they're looking to make us some good points right here. But unfortunately for them, they are running into a very tough challenge here in the second round. That is Lion Esports Club, of course. Lion Esports Club, they're just coming off qualifying for DreamHack Winter 2013, so they're feeling pretty damn good, I'm sure. And here they are now. They also just defeated Fatality, one of the new teams in the Diamond Division this cycle, who, of course, they won that series 2 games to nothing. So, again, a tough challenge for Fatality there. But you got to start somewhere, right? So, as far as the other matchups goes, I know we got really all of them pretty solid ones. You got at the top, you got Stay Green versus Masked Muchachos is going to be going on. Too Much Sugar versus The Law also happening, another fun one there. And then IG versus Denial Esports. I know a lot of people are also interested in that one. I believe Colecast is casting that, though, over there with Beef. So if you want to check out IG versus Denial, you can head over to twitch.tv/Colecast and check it out over there. Hey, have both streams open because both of these should be some pretty good series. But we're going to be casting the Lions versus Reason Gaming. So as you can see, and as you can probably tell by now, at least for now, going to be doing some solo casting here. Obviously, a lot of players are just playing at this point, so understandable as to why this might be the case. But hey, not the biggest deal in the world. At least we got the content, and that's what matters for you guys in the end. So here we go, moving along. As you can see, already moving along very well here in game number 1. So Lion Esports Club. The initial bans, by the way, I had to join a little bit late, so let's take a quick look here. Looks like they were, I want to say, no, not Scout even. What were the initial bans? Holy crap. It was Keeper, Warbeast, looks like Sandwraith was part of that. Yeah, Keeper, Warbeast, Sandwraith, and Ophelia looks like. Yeah, so Keeper, Parasite, Ophelia, what did I just say? Keeper, Ophelia, Warbeast, Sandwraith were the bands. There you go. That's what I meant to say. So yeah, Sandwraith specifically, holy crap, I'm all over the place. Sandwraith especially, again, he's just that annoying carry to play against. So I honestly think Lions was the one to ban him here. I mean, both teams could, of course, play him. I'm sure Fuzi could play him just fine. Imba Boy, the same thing. But, yeah, was probably banned by Lions. If anything, don't want to give it to, I almost call him Justice League, but now known as Reason Gaming. But anyways, the picks coming up here. You got some fun picks to talk about. Engineer, Tempest, Ravener coming out initially. You got Kraken, Wretched Hag, Torturer for Reason. Look at that follow-up, though. Grinix coming out for Lion Esports Club. So Grinix making a showing here. Grinix, I believe it was even yesterday I had Panny and Kazu on as my co-casters. They were casting with me the IG versus Team Excellence series, the DreamHack qualifiers, the deathmatch stage there. And brought up the point that they feel Grinix is a little underrated as far as a very possible suicide option. And, we've seen him pop up here and there, and he kind of has a similar presence to a Scout to an extent. I mean, he's obviously kind of very, very squirrely. He can kind of get away with that Invisivis, the Rift stock, I believe it's called. And he has some pretty damn good burst damage as well. Between that, the Shadow Step, and his passive, actually, the Nether Strike, allow him to actually do some decent damage in the earlier to mid-game stage especially. So, yeah, not too surprised by any means to see him picked up here by Lion Esports Club. And, of course, I am sure he's going to end up being in that in the hands of Jonathan Fan here and eventually in the suicide roll. There you go, their final pick. Dr. Repulsor is how they're going to finish off here. So they get their Ravener Engineer combination. Obviously, Super KG going to get his hands on Ravener here. That's always a fun combo to watch, especially in his hands. I like Lion's line, to say the least. They got Hanskin in the jungle on Tempest. That's a very, very comfort just place for him, as well as the heroes especially. So I'm sure it seems like Lions was able to draft just very comfort-wise in the end. You know, Grinix, I'm sure Jonas, a fan, actually has plenty of history himself playing Grinix. So yeah, again, a solid pick up there. You see how Recent Gaming finished off in the meantime. They went Puppet Master into Fade to finish things off. Now, you look at what they have and actually how they're readying up. I assume they're going to swap these Puppet and Torture right here, and then that's how to finish. So, yeah, we are going to see the carry Puppet Master coming out. It looks like, okay, actually, hold on. I'm actually looking at this now. Wait a second.
Let's get it
Are we going to see some kind of a Tri-Lane here? It looks like very possible to be a man-up Tri-Lane coming out from Recent Gaming. Probably something like a Kraken and a Wretched Ag solos, and then you said Torturer, Fade, and Puppet Master. Very possible to that bottom lane. You see the items that are being picked up, and yep, it is looking like that is going to be the case. So, some manning up here coming out from Recent Gaming. And it's going to be interesting to see what Lions does to adjust to that. I mean, they could run the pseudo Tri-Lane themselves defensively, but, you know, not the strongest Tempest being there. Not the best assistants, and Puppet Master, Fade, and Torture, they got a lot of lock-in, a lot of kill potential. So, at least that's what I thought it would. Wait a second. No, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is going to be with the Puppet. Yeah, it's on Amiibo, of course it is. So you got Own Me playing the Kraken here. I like Ducks. I mean, that's a fun name to say as well. So, but I know people know him as Own Me, so I'll try to keep with that. Oh, wow. I totally have not updated the in-game overlay. I apologize for that. Let me actually make sure that is actually I did update the names. I decided to change the scores here real quickly, as well as a little bit of information. So it doesn't look like too much is happening just yet, of course. To get things kicked off, Recent Gaming, they're gonna play aggressive in the jungle right here, and trying to take it to a Lion Esports Club, but no fighting coming out. Instead, it'll just be plenty of wards being put down, and now they're gonna fall back to the lane. So maybe not gonna be the aggressive trial lane I thought so much it was gonna be. Let's see what they end up going with here. That's just finishing that up. So we do have a restroom break anyways. Okay, so they got Puppet Master actually going back to the top lane. It's going to be a Fade Puppet top and a Torture Kraken mid. So they in the end, it is just going to be more of a 2-2-1 setup here with the Wretched Ag as your suicide, actually. So, yeah, I mean, they definitely could have gone the aggressive Tri-Lane. Would have been out of the question by any means, but they decide not to. You see the blocking situation. They do end up blocking 3 camps right here. And actually, I'm a little bit worried for their sake that that could be it wouldn't be a triple whammy by any means with countering all these wards, but damn, it would be damn close, actually. If they get a ward of Rev, like, right in this vicinity, that would be really close. I think it would probably be just out of range of at least this right one, but they can definitely get a double whammy right here if they place the Rev ward in the appropriate spots. I'm gonna watch for that. I'm sure Hanskin, yeah, he's got 2 Rev wards coming over. So we'll see if he goes for that, or, you know, maybe just going to guarantee to at least get this camp here. And we'll see where he goes from there. But they are going to be running the 2-2-1 once again. So again, kind of playing the more safe route. They're going to have just Puppet Master in that free farm state. They definitely feel like, you know, manning up, obviously, again, would not have been out of the question here from Recent Gaming, but they choose to do it like this. Again, these safer routes. So let me just swap the interfaces here real quickly. All right, that should be good now, as far as what we're looking at here. Okay, so as far as Lion Esports Club, again, they're not really doing anything out of the ordinary by any means. They're just going with what you would expect. You see right here, the Rev War was placed down to just counter this one. Again, so we won't get the double whammy here. He'll probably at least end up getting this one. We'll see which one he goes for here, as we are approaching that 30-second mark. And, yeah, he's going to realize, okay, that one is blocked as well as this one. So looks like he's going to prioritize this one, and Hanskin will be able to counter it. So he gets 2 of the camps at least unblocked. The pole camp going to remain blocked. You know, not the biggest deal in the world, though. It's not really what Dr. Repulsor needs, especially in this matchup here. I'm sure he should have a pretty good time. Holy crap! Grinix nearly dying off the bat there. So they actually run a defensive Tri-Lane really right off the bat. Torch ends up coming over And they nearly get the Bloodlust kill, but Grinix is able to rift stock away in time. Holy crap. That was pretty damn close. Obviously got the tail end of that. But Jonas and Fan lives, so a lot is invested into trying to get that Bloodlust kill, not able to do so in the end. And instead, you have, I think he even attempted to do a stack right there. Unfortunately, not able to do so. But, I mean, this does mean Kraken is doing a solo against your Ravener Engineer. And, you know, you can definitely handle it. But this is a very, very dangerous combination if they get the stun rotation out. And he's going to be in trouble. But now back to Jonas and Fan again. The Rift's not going to be used. Without Dust or Rev Wards, at this point, you know, you'd figure they probably won't have the best chance in terms of actually killing Jonas and Fan here. So I wouldn't be surprised, in fact, what is coming over. Look at that. It's a Rev Ward coming out. That might be to unblock the pole camp, though. That probably could be the case. But so we'll see what they try to prioritize here. They're trying to really get this Bloodlust killer, unblock the pole camp. Unfortunately, they're not going to place it before the 2 minutes. So if that is what they're going for, this will still be blocked. Okay, so he puts it down. Is that actually... That is in range, right? Yeah, that's just in range. So, yeah, he should be able to counter that and get that taken care of. But meanwhile, they want to go back onto Jonas and Fan, actually. Again, they don't really have the vision, though. He is going to just rift stock away. He uses the second charge. It's about to wear off, and he's going to be fine. So, again, a case of if you want to kill him, you're going to need that Dust at this point. Dust or the Rev Ward, and they just don't have it here. So he eventually does counter this ward aside, and again, it will open up the pole camp. But a lot's being invested up here at this top lane, and it is also coming to the sacrifice of Kraken. You would think, at least to an extent, you see the ball lightning going to miss right there. What is Kraken doing? He's 11-0. Raven's 11-2. So actually, that's holy crap! Bloodlust kill bottom lane. Dr. Repulsor able to barely survive. Back to the top lane now, though. Grinix in the meantime. Grinix in trouble again, but no, not really. Gets the rift stock off, and he's going to be fine. So getting so focused on numbers here. Bottom lane, looks like Doctor and Wretched Dagger were really going at it. Hack going to level 2 Haunt, level 1 Blink here. Not able to get the kill over herself. I'm guessing some man-up was happening. And in the end, Wretched Dagger falls. So, yep, missing the Bloodlust kill. Sure, going to get shit for that one. I'm sorry. It happened, though. But, you know, we know the end result, obviously. Grinix is getting boxed out up here at the top side. Oh, he's going to miss right there with the Burning Shadows trying to land it. But again, continuing to be fine. So, I mean, Puppet Master's farm is just, it's phenomenal. It's really, really strong. So it's not like it's taken away from Puppet's farm. But Kraken actually in some trouble right now. He's snapping charges. He took Ravener with him. And it looks like Onmi is going to be fine in the end. So we did see that actually, I want to say yesterday. I believe that was Zane yesterday for a team. Not for a team. What am I saying? Yeah, that was Zane actually playing the Kraken. That was actually against Too Much Sugar, where he was actually in this match, a similar style of matchup where might even be the same, but you know, Kraken doing the solo thing, tries to charge him into the tower to get the kill. Grinix top lane now. He will fall this time. Do they have Dust? Guess what? They did. So they finally get the Dust delivered, and it looks like that is enough to help set up the kill right there. So it really was just a matter of time. It got to the point where you got to wonder, you know, for Jonas and Fan's sake, that you got to figure he knew it was coming. And now, unfortunately, had to take a death before he could do anything about it. So with that death, you know, not the end of the world, but you do not want to keep dying. That's the biggest thing right here. And in fact, Jonas Fan actually going to the bottom lane now, so they might just flat out be making some adjustments here. It looks like he's just going to be in the jungle. So yeah, I mean, there's no point for him to be at the top lane, obviously. He's just the possibility of dying up there. They have 3 heroes continuing to be up here on the side of Reason Gaming, so might as well. Might as well find your time elsewhere and make those supports up here for our Hellborn team a little less useful in the end. I mean, right now your Fade's only level 2. Your Torture's level 3. Obviously, neither one of them getting the most farm. Middle lane once again. They go on a Kraken right here. He has a Tsunami Charge. Brings in Ravener with him once again. So, again, Onmi is going to survive. So, yeah, he's very good at being able to do this. So, yeah, the idea if they had a support here, if anything, that might have just made the support vulnerable to getting killed himself. So, the more you're thinking about, at least I'm thinking about this lineup here coming out from Reason Gaming in terms of the laning situation. I mean, it makes sense. They could have had the Torture with the Kraken, but if anything, again, that would have made Torture maybe a little more vulnerable to being killed. So they just say, let's just lock down the top lane. Sure, they're going to be under farmed to an extent, but we can make it work. Kraken can do fine himself, and he is doing just fine in the end. So. He has just released the Kraken now, actually, so they need to be careful not to dive too much here, as that could definitely backfire, so keep an eye on that. Bottom lane, though, Wretched Hack versus Dr. Repulsor once again. Doctor is level 6 now, And obviously he is working off that kill as well. He is 24-6. Wretched Ag is currently 16-5. So definitely doing a great job on the creep farm as well. As that hero kill going to protect the bottom rune. Double damage happening to spawn top. And actually Kraken will be able to bottle that up. So some good rune control coming out from him. Some nice luck involved indeed. But that's what happens. And is able to take that over. Hanskin in the jungle. He actually picks up 335 gold from it now. He's got the Ring of Sorcery here, so seems like he, of course, has been doing a great job. Again, he countered 2 of the camps initially. And so really had free reign in the jungle for the most part, other than the pole camp. But he's an experienced player to say the least, and he can do just fine with that. So he's leading the way for his team. I mean, the GPM chart's actually really something to look at. You got Puppet Master just dominating right now. In fact, after that tower kill, holy crap, 440 gold per minute here for Imba Boy. He is well on that way to that early Whispering Helm. But on Lion Esports Club, you got Tempest, Doctor, and Ravener all having a great time. And obviously it just drops up after that. So now the tower kill, though, that does boost up Recent Gaming's overall GPM quite a bit. And actually they're going to keep going. I don't know if Lions is going to stop this. Lions is currently counter pushing the bottom lane. They do have TPs on a couple. Grinix or Tempest does not, though. So yeah, they don't really have a choice. This is a free tower kill top, I would think, here from Reason if they keep going. But in the meantime, Lions is going to keep pushing this bottom side. So the decisions are going to be had here on either side in terms of who wants to defend and who wants to keep going. It looks like both for now are still going. You do got Wretched Hag nearby. She has a Bat Blast ready to go. Going to try to set something up. This top tower not really dropping the fastest. I mean, it's definitely a stronger push on the Legion side, and that is paying off big time here. You see that the Elementals doing a lot of work. Those are level 4. That's going to be an easy tower kill. So, yeah, Lion Esports Club are really coming out on top of this overall exchange here between these two teams. Middle lane, in the meantime, release the Kraken to take out Ravener. Wretched Hag assisting as well. And now we see a 2-1 hero kill lead for our Hellborn team. So at least they get a hero kill mid, and now they're still pushing top. Will this actually work out? It looks like it actually may. So especially if they get this tower kill now with that hero kill on top. And in the long run, I think Recent Gaming is having the better time. And yep, they are. I mean, Puppet Master's farm now, 487 gold per minute. He easily has that Whispering Helm. And more gold on top of that. But even more importantly, too, the supporting cast here in Torturer and Finn. Not sure what Fade was doing sticking around so long. That was a very silly move on his part. A level 4 Fade sticking around, pushed up at the top lane with no secondary tower even there. Against the Doctor Repulsor especially, but now Doctor's in some trouble. Grinix putting some damage on Torturer. Doctor's dropping, doesn't have any more mana. Puppet Master doing too much damage right there with this CC. Gets the kill. He has an ultimate as well. If he can get the ultimate off, this should be an easy kill on Grinix. He's going to get cut off, though. Not even necessary. In comes Kraken, and the auto attack to finish him off. So Reason Gaming, 4-3 hero kill lead now in their favor, as we are now approaching 9 minutes into this game. So Puppet Master, again, this is a scary hero, especially if he starts to snowball. His damage output can be absolutely absurd. Middle lane, Kraken, great dodge on the Kexon right there. You see the turret coming out. Ravener still chasing. Will it be enough? Chain reaction just missed. And it looked like it even hit right there. But TP's priceless. I think he's even surprised. That looked like it hit, man. That must have just been not close enough to stun Ravener. That was a huge difference, man, because if that hits, Kraken maybe survives, and Torture, if anything, also survives. But it ends up being a double tap for Ravener, and now they're going to continue pushing mid. So that was a big miss on that chain reaction. Tempest in the meantime, locking down Hag. Okay, yes, Dr. Repulsor coming. Will this be enough? He's going to pull him in. Enough? No, not enough. He blinks away, and Wretched Hag will live. That is huge as well. Big Tempest ultimate used, and not enough for the kill. So that is now going to be on cooldown, and obviously our Hellborn team is going to be very, very aware of that. So we'll see if they try to make something of that. Oh, Fade in the meantime. He actually completely whiffed his Burning Shadows right there somehow. Kind of went in between them, but in the end, he doesn't take any counter stun, so looks like he's going to be fine. And that'll be the end of that. But, man, what a game we have to start here. Lion Esports Club, I mean, this is they're looking good, but Recent Gaming, with the way the game's going right now, especially with that Puppet Master, I'm scared for Lions to an extent. Puppet's a scary hero again as far as that burst damage with some good farm early on. Once again, Alec Ducks getting initiated on. This time, the third comes in to get the kill. He uses the release of Kraken to maybe get a counter on the Engineer. But Dr. Repulsor holds him down long enough to finish him off before he can get any counter kills. So good execution right there. Obviously, they've tried several times with Ravener and Engineer alone. This time they throw in a Dr. Repulsor, and that ends up working just fine. So I assume Puppet Master is going to be going more of that Assassin Shroud route here By the way, it's just not only a great team fighting tool, it's also even helps you farm to an extent. And yeah, you do see the broadsword picked up. I believe he also got the steam staff on top of that. So he just needs the pattern now. And I mean, we're only 11 minutes in. He's going to have an Assassin Shroud Whispering Helm Steam Boots around 13 to 14 minutes into this game. And that is, again, just a crazy, crazy start in their favor. But Lions, they got 3 heroes that are all doing very well. You got your Ravener now, 375 Super KG. He has 1,500 gold saved up. We'll see where he kills. You know, maybe that early portal key going to be coming out here. Doctor has a Steam Boots and a Grave Locket picked up. Wouldn't be surprised to see a full Sackstone even finished up from him. I mean, there's some good physical damage as well as some mix and magic damage coming out, but then Kraken's kind of the same way as well. So Sackstone wouldn't be the worst item in the world by any means. Grenix gets picked up at the top lane, though. Imba Boy gets credit for that kill. Looks like he used the Voodoo Puppet to do so. And, I mean, he's getting to the rate, too, where he's going to also be level 11, or at least close to it, once he gets that Assassin Shroud finish. So that's even another level into that Voodoo Puppet and even more amplified damage coming in as a result. So, again, kind of some scary news there for Lion Esports Club, but at the same time, they do have a lot of good things going themselves. Hanskin, the other one, he has 1,400 gold saved up, not going the Astrolabe just yet. He needs 17, 13 in full for that, so very possibly just going to wait all the way before he's able to pick that up. Chain Reaction is going to miss right there. He's kind of just hoping, but good job hugging the side. In the meantime, release the Kraken on top of those TPs right there as they TP. And beautiful placement, the Bat Blast on top, but there's not going to be the follow-up. The energy field comes out, and it prevents, if anything, Recent Gaming from following that up effectively. So a good energy field. Solid play by both sides, but you know, definitely the bigger ultimates used on the Hellborn side, and they didn't really get anything out of it in the end, other than an energy field, which is going to be up, you know, not too long here. Speaking of that, Tempest Ultimate's also coming back up for Hanskin in about 10 seconds, well, 5 seconds now. So he will have that coming up. What did I just see? Astrolabe going to be finished on him. Glowstone coming out for Dr. Pulsar. That's what it was. So Icon of the Goddess, very possibly in the making here. You know, we've definitely I've heard some different opinions on this between Icon and the Grimoire. I mean, yesterday even, strong opinions against the Grimoire, it sounded like, as far as a tool on Dr. Pulsar. Maybe that was the previous day from Swinamons. No, I think it was actually from the Swinamons when Adam was co-caster. Yeah, it makes sense. At the same time, I mean, it's also a great farming tool. But, you know, the Sacrificial Stone is also a great item. And you see right here, because, again, especially in a game like this where it is more of a lot of movement, a lot more action picking up, it is just a go-to item on a hero like Doctor. So, looks like that is going to be the case here. Coming out from Fuzi, playing that Doctor Repulsor. Kraken's kind of holding his ground here. He has this Release the Kraken coming up in 20 seconds. Puppet Master's also nearby, and I believe, yep, the Assassin Shroud is going to be on the way. So this could really catch Lions off guard if they're not careful. The Assassin Shroud delivered. He's going to use it right there. I don't think they saw it. He's going to look for the opening. Will he find it? There's some initiation. Dr. Pulsar coming in. There's the opening there. No, but the nice ludicrous speed away. He's going to be fine. Kraken being locked down. He barely survives, though. Can he get the release off? He can, but he dies shortly after. Energy field in the meantime. Puppet Master putting in some auto attacks, but not the best so far. No ultimate used just yet. He throws out a CC, but his team is getting overwhelmed right here. Wretched Hag blinking away. Will it be enough? Grenix is chasing. Not going to be enough, but Ravener cuts on Puppet, but the Assassin try to use, and he will be fine. Grenix coming back in as well. You see that auto attack right there. Again, that's that burst damage, 350. But again, he really was not able to find the best opening right there. He came out of the Assassin Shroud initially with an auto attack on Doctor, but Doctor ludicrous speeded away and ended up disjoining it anyway. So it really wasn't the best opening from him. And obviously Kraken, he got his ultimate off, but it was more of a panic ultimate rather than the best play. So Lion Esports Club, they did a good job of forcing the issue right there. And clearly it affected Reason Gaming. So, well played on their part. You see the bottom lane, Puppet Master invising in, but he ran right past toward his sight right before he did. So, Seal Kids War gives Jonas a fan all the information he needed to make sure to get away before he got picked off. So, Grenix, how's Grenix coming along? He's level 8 here. He's got some quality build up. You see his build, he maxes out the passive. Again, that's a lot of extra added damage in between your abilities, and definitely helps synergize the hero very well, especially with that Rift stock adding up in the charges. Shadow Step, a solid tool. And his ultimate as well, it's actually a very short cooldown. Yeah, it's only 50 seconds. It goes down to 30 seconds at level 3, so definitely great. Again, obviously, it makes sense with the synergy of his abilities. Meantime, Torturer, very aggressive ward of sight right here. He quickly places it. then he TPs away. So he took advantage, though, of the Invis rune that he had picked up right there. Able to get that down and fall back. So the scary start from Imbo is kind of going away a little bit, but as I say that, they're going to jump Ravender right here. In comes the Puppet. Holy crap, Ravender just melted. I mean, they did use a lot. Obviously, a good amount of that was the Puppet Master ulti, but the Bat Blast also coming out right there. Definitely doing plenty as well. So Ravender, though, he melts, and he's going to have to wait for his rest. That was even with the Helm of the Black Legion and Steam Boots right there. And a power supply, so he's pretty tanky, 1600 life, but he gets caught mid. I was going to say Imbo farm, kind of, not really crazy enhancing, but after that kill, it is starting to jump back up upwards of 490 now. But now it's that kind of question of where does Puppet go from here? You could definitely see a different style of builds. Could go more the utility, more for something like that Sheepstick for the lockdown, the CC. Possibly, the Shrunken Head, obviously always a very good option as well. I mean, I'm looking at this Legion team. I think a Shrunken Head would make a lot of sense here for Puppet Master. So that would not be out of the question to come out from him. But we'll see what he ultimately goes for. Then eventually something like a similar Rage, of course, with that Whispering Helm. Top lane, though, they pick off Fade, actually. Fade has continued to not he's kind of doing okay as well. I mean, again, he's playing a secondary support role, so not doing too bad, but level 8 and dying right there, that hurts. Grenix actually able to finish his Ghost Marchers now. As a result of that, it looks like. So good job coming out right there. And now Line Esports Club, they're going to all push this top lane in the meantime. This should be a free tower kill for them. You got Torture kind of nearby, but not much he's going to do until... Or by himself for that matter. You see Dust even coming out. They were trying to get Puppet Master. He comes in with the opening. The hole going to be on Ravender. The electrical feedback going to be used on Tor. Going to be coming out. The charge on to Ravender. Puppet Master still well alive. Ravender barely will fall. Release the Kraken on Tempest. It cancels his ultimate as he was using it right there. He's now in trouble. Puppet Master still alive. The ultimate coming out from Grinix as well. That's going to wear off Illuna, or not Illuna, but Wretched Hag still planking around. Engineers picked off. And 3 players are dead just like that. Online esports side, Grinix now in trouble. Grinix trying to stalk away, runs right past the red board. He should be fine for now, though, unless they have some dust. Dr. Uppost, though, he's coming back into the fight. Wretched Hag going to be finished off. Good game coming out. But now Grinix, he is most certainly going to end up falling. Kraken's low. Can he at least finish off Kraken? No, the hole going to hold him in place. And now Puppet Master putting in those auto attacks. The crit, no, not going to be enough for the kill. The nice job at the disjoint of the ludicrous speed. And he might be fine, or will. The Assassin Trap for Puppet gets that auto attack off. It won't be a whiplash, but it'll be a lot of damage. Is it enough? No, it's not. If that was a whiplash, that was a kill. Dr. Pulsar, though, still going. Puppet Master wants that kill. He's not going to get it, though. Oh, man, just off of a whiplash. So not the extra damage, and Dr. Pulsar will survive, which prevents a genocide in the end. Holy crap, though. What a take there from the Hellborn team. I did not think they were going to look to defend that. They sure enough did. And Reason Gaming, they do it very well. In the end, the Tempest Ultimate Handskill got canceled immediately pretty much by the release of Kraken. That was one of those cases. I'm sure as soon as he started it, he realized that it was starting to swirl below him, and then all of a sudden he gets stunned. So good job by Kraken with that said. I like Ducks, able to get his ulti off and definitely helped set in the tone of that fight right there. So the fact that Puppet Master lived, I mean, you see Grinix right here, again, just continuing to be annoying, but Dr. Bolster also living. He doesn't have his icon just yet, though. He should be able to purchase here very, very shortly, but obviously not having that last fight either definitely hurt a bit as well, but yeah, again, Puppet, it looks like he is going for the Shrunken, so if they're able to hold off a little bit longer, he should be able to pick up the Shrunken Head now going into the next fight here. Somebody's TPing in as that Puppet. Yeah, it is going to be Puppet Master. It's kind of an awkward spot because Grenix is right here as the pause comes out. Of course, he can't be seen. He's currently in fist. I believe he's just out of tower range. So it's not like they can set up for a kill on him by any means. But I wonder if Fade's going to keep heading back and if Grenix will maybe look for an opening here on a Puppet Master. He does kind of have Ravener nearby as well, who's all the way over here. So we'll see if they're able to get a pick going off in the meantime. But for the meantime, we're going to be in the pause. And that'll give us a little bit of time here to see how the other series are possibly going. Let's take a look at the Stay Green series here. It's a Stay Green versus Masked Muchachos. Oh, it looks like they're already in game 2. Unless that's them just getting started, which I doubt it, to be honest. I don't know if the tournament stats will be updated just yet. No, it doesn't look like it. So, but yeah, I assume that's in game 2. Make sure we refresh the bracket here. Yeah, it looks like that is going to be game 2 there. So I'm guessing Stay Green taking the first game there. You got, what, Justice League versus, that's what we're doing. IG versus Denial. That's the other series that a lot of people are interested in. Let's just see here real quickly. Looks like, ooh, Denial Esports looking really good there in that game. Just a quick glance at that. So that, I believe, would be game number 1, of course, of that series. How about Denial Esports making their debut here in the Diamond Division? And that's a damn good start for them. I mean, IG, they're running their full go-to roster, too. So it's not any excuses coming out there by any means. That's, I know, Denial has some good fans between players like Zlapt and ProBusk from the streaming that they do. So I'm sure some fans are excited to hear that news. We'll keep an eye on that one. Again, that's being casted by Colecast over there, twitch.tv/Colecast, to check out that series. But here we go back to this game. So again, Puppet Master, 1,700 gold saved up. That Shrunken Head going to be coming up from Icon of the Goddess. Can be purchased here by Fuzi, but with him not purchasing it here, it does make me think that we're not going to be seeing the Icon. And I wonder where he goes if that's not the case. I mean, is he going to go Light Brand? I mean, that would be something he could have now too, so probably not. He might just be stressing the Shrunken Head here, and there is good reason for that. Puppet Master is a great hero against Doctor. You know, there's the main ability that's great against Doctor is silence, for obvious reasons, you know, especially longer silences. But Puppet Master also go with his Puppet's hold. It does prevent him from using that ludicrous speed, and then Puppet Show as well, as long as, you know, he's in range. Not able to use that. So there is some great lockdown from Puppet Master alone that's coming out. So I think that's kind of where Fuzi's at least mindset is at, that, yeah, he needs that Shrunken Head to be able to, okay, never mind. He's going to go the Icon, so he just was saving up a little bit of extra right there. Meanwhile, Raven in the top lane, the electrical feedback is up. It doesn't matter, though. You do see the stun, though, but the auto attack going to be down. The 360 Wind Flash coming out. Grinix looking for a response. He's going to illusionary whatever right there. Illusory Assault. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, still a new hero. Trying to get used to it. Anyways, his ultimate goes off. It helps get the kill and the torture, but Puppet Master is going to run away in the process. Fade, though, he's kind of just sitting here looking to stack. Puppet Master actually still being chased. Engineer coming back in. They're turning around right there. In comes the dust. Puppet Master in some trouble, though. He does have Fade kind of nearby, but they cannot get him. The energy field was just a little late right there, and Puppet does survive. So, oof. That's huge there for Reason Gaming. That Puppet Master able to get away and prevent being jumped right there. As you see, Kraken also porting away. So, yeah, Icon of the Goddess eventually purchased here by Dr. Repulsor. So, again, just saving up a little bit extra gold. It does go now, and obviously, though, that goes back to that is great item pickup. So, you know, more so the logic, trying to think where Fuzi was going at. Again, a Shrunken Head, I wouldn't be surprised to see that even as a follow-up to that pickup. But speaking of Shrunken Head, you see it right there, of course, coming on a Puppet Master. So, he's got that taken care of now. The other fun thing about the Voodoo Puppet, too, is to keep in mind, I mean, this happened, I want to say, at the Runic Shift patch, but all debuffs and stun applied to the Puppet are transferred to the linked target. So, you know, that's kind of a fun concept as well. You can definitely get some good synergy going there, especially with some stuns. If Dr. Pulsar's looking to fly away, well, you just stun the Puppet, he's out of range. You stun the Puppet, and all of a sudden, you know, he will be stunned as well. So, you know, that concept right there. It's good to be able to take advantage of that here. And also things like Torrent, you know, to put the minus armor on the Puppet. Will also go through the hero. Bottom lane, Puppet Master. Okay, Dr. Pulse is flying back before he gets caught. He has a double damage room bottled up. I don't know if he's going to find an opportunity here in the near future in terms of getting something going. You see they're going to counter ward their Ancients being blocked. Good job by Sealkid right there. That looks like it lasted at least a couple blocks there. In the meantime, Legion team doing their own Ancients, so some good trade and resources there. And I mean, this really is an even game here. It's overall continues to be a decent picture for Lions. They got solid team fight. They do have Doctor doing pretty well. They got Ravener doing pretty well. Tempest obviously up there, but at the same time, you got Imba Boy on Puppet Master. 513 gold per minute now. He is the hard carry of this game. And he's looking to really get to that point. And then you also have a Wretched Hag. Zane's farm hasn't been the prettiest, but he's actually going for first item Shrunken here. So he's not even going to go the Light Brand. They know that Puppet Master's having such a great time. He wants to go more of the, I want to just be able to stay alive and get my ulti off, if anything. and assist you in that sense. And I definitely like that option there. Portal key picked up on Kraken. Obviously, great initiation tool for him, and they're going to counter push. So a little bit of base trading going on here.
The Legion have destroyed
Tower
the
trading
Hellborn
even
tower.
between the two teams. So
The
secondary
Hellborn
tower's
have
going down. You
destroyed
see
the Legion
Lions.
tower.
They're going to keep going. Not going to be the same for Reese. They're all mass porting back right there. And here we go, actually. So now we turn to the Dr. Repulsor. The lockdown is more than enough to release the Kraken even use. I don't even think that was necessary, though. Puppet Master did his CC, and that was probably enough. But anyways, they get the kill, and now they're chasing. So Reason Gaming, big plays coming out. Ravener, he's going to go for the TP maybe. In comes the energy field. The energy engineer going to be jumped off. Shrinking it already up on Puppet Master. Ravener jumping on a Wretched Egg in the background. In comes the ultimate from Critics. Down goes Wretched Egg. But look at Ravener just off the Thanos ultimate to lock down Puppet Master. That is going to be a full. Dr. Repulsor buys back. He comes back in. Jonas Savannah Grinix gets a hat trick when it's all said and done. So you cannot forget about the Grinix right here. And Kraken will just have to fall back to base. So that started so well for Reason Gaming. But you can tell Lions, they were interested in making something happen still. The buyback immediately on Fuzi. He came back, flying back in eventually. And we saw the end result. So the Tempest Ultimate also making some big plays, locking down Puppet Master for those 4 seconds. It was not stopped. Oh, man. Again, what will look to be Reason Gaming having a pretty good chance there in a fight to make some big plays. In the end, Lion Esports Club, they actually come out on top. So, well played. Well played by Lions. You see Dr. Pulse now, also another big benefit of that. At least he did die initially, so I guess not too many charges coming out. But looks like he got a couple charges at the end, as he was in at least nearby for. But yeah, hat trick for Critics as well. How about that? 3,200 gold on him now. And again, this is he definitely scales pretty well early to mid game, and probably starts to taper off in the later game phase, sure. But I don't even know actually. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what I'm talking about when it comes to that at all. I mean, we really haven't seen too much Grinix in the first place, and honestly, the games we usually have seen of him, they're either over very quickly, or he just doesn't do well at all. But I mean, holy, Jonas Man all of a sudden 333 gold per minute. I know he's seen in the past he can get like that shield breaker. He can kind of be like the scout, again, the scout presence, where he can be some great physical damage assistance, especially on the single target. So wouldn't be surprised to see something along those lines. But Raven in the meantime, they're doing Conquer in the Hellborn team, going to miss the ball lining. He's in trouble. Dr. Repulsor flies in though. Did he steal the target alive? He did. Look at that steal from Fuzi. Can he get away? He cannot, though. He will fall. Tempest running in with a shotgun. It does not have an ultimate, of course. Puppet Master, though, very, very low. Grinix, and it looks like Engineer going to chase him. He has the Assassin Shroud, the kicks, and it connects, though. And they will get that kill right there. Ball lining. What a ball lining from Super KG. It catches Wretched Egg and Fade. They're now falling back, so Kraken and Puppet are dead. Dr. Repulsor, he ended up dying a second time, but Lion Esports Club clearly winning the end result. Jonas a fan, a double tap again. Coming out, the double damage rune definitely helping. So Reason Gaming going for Ninja Conga right there. But Lion Esports Club, they read into it. They were ready. They fought back. And obviously the steal had a big part to do with that initially, even though he died both times in the end. It set up a lot of time for Lions to come in as a team. And he really distracted them and made them use a lot to kill Doctor, especially the second time. So all of a sudden the tower's dead. The melee racks is falling right here. They do not have buybacks. They do have one at Puppet Master, but they figure it's not going to be worth it. So that's going to be some free melee racks in the end. And now they will fall back. But man, oh man, I mean, this game has just completely shifted. And look at that, the level 3 shield breaker purchased in full by Grinix right there. So that is the route he's going to go. But again, that goes back to, I was just about to say about the previous fight. At the beginning of that fight, especially with the jump that they had on Dr. Pulsar, you're thinking, holy crap, now Reason Gaming is going to be in a very good spot. Then all of a sudden that fight ends, the Lions comes back, they get a hat trick on the fan, they're looking good. And then a minute after that, Reason Gaming tries to steal Kongor. You're thinking, okay, this is going to be a solid comeback time, and they might get this. No, not going to happen. Fuzi comes in out of nowhere, steals the token, buys time for his team to eventually all get there and win that fight. And now here we are, 29 minutes into the game, and I think Lions has gotten a little more comfortable here as far as where things are at in this game. So, and again, that's really showing the audience hold of Grinix, as I said. Level 3 shield breaker. He's clearly proven to do plenty of damage, and he's going to be even doing more now in these team fights. So, bottom lane, I'm watching Grinix in the well doing nothing. I apologize for that. Wretched Hag, though, he ends up going down. You see Dr. Pulse and Ravener end up collapsing onto him, so to simply catch him off guard. Dr. Pulse just seems like he's working on that shrunken now that I was talking about, and His charges are also up to 4 charges, but look at Grinix. Look at Grinix. Look at that upfront damage on a Puppet Master. Holy crap! Some great damage coming out. Has an Energizer. Could have chased right here. He didn't have his ultimate. Oh, he did use his ultimate, actually. But in the end, Puppet Master will live. But you see the damage. I mean, it's a Puppet Master. He just dropped a lot of life. Basically, 3/4 of his life right there before he was able to finally get away. And that was from your Suicide Grinix. I began this game mainly 1v3 for the most part. So how about that? How about that? Grinix definitely showing some good power here, and it's good to see yet again a new hero making some big splash here on the competitive scene. Lion Esports Club, obviously there's no Congo up, so not really going for that, but they're going to steal some resources right here. Double stack Ancient's going to be taken. Super KG finishes his Shrunken. Again, Doctor Shrunken, I'm sure, just around the corner, as he is picking up the top lane farm. And so Imba Boy, he actually buys in Arcana here. And it's going to be interesting to see what he ultimately does with that. Either the Hellflower or, I mean, I'm just confirming, right? The Harkon's Blade. That wouldn't be out of the question. This doesn't scream Harkon's Blade to me, though, in this game. I mean, yes, it's even just overall more damage output from him, but I think the Hellflower is where he's aiming for with that Arcana pickup. So probably will be the case, but we'll see what Imba Boy decides to ultimately do here. They're looking for some action at the top lane, but not going to find too much up there. Kraken has that Soul's Bulwark now picked up. Another 1,500 gold saved up on him. But still a ways off of, say, finishing that Demonic Breastplate. Grinix now another Mighty Blade, or a Mighty Blade picked up. And his own Shrunken Head, I'm sure, is going to be in the works now, too. So ultimately, there's going to be 4 Shrunken Heads here on the Legion side. There's going to be 4 Shrunken Heads. The only one that won't have one is Engineering, not the biggest deal in the world. As long as he gets off the energy field, he's basically done his job. Yeah, that's tough. So Puppet Master, a lot of his power in terms of the CC especially. And this is actually, you see right here, the Puppet takes incoming damage and deals magic damage equal to his damage taken to the target. So if you Shrunken, when you actually have the Puppet on you, you also prevent all that damage from going through. So unless I'm misreading that, I know that's always been a mechanic that I've never been 100% certain on, to be honest, but I believe so. Yes, with the Shrunken Head, it will mitigate, basically make you vulnerable to the damage going through the Puppet at least. So you see Grinix, he's looking for an opportunity here, not going to find it. Oh, maybe Puppet Master. Puppet Master going to be left alone. There's the opening. Shrunken Head goes out. Will it matter, though? It might, at least initially. It's still taking some good up from physical damage. In the meantime, Dr. Pulsar being locked down. Faye jumps in. Dr. Pulsar is going to fall, but so does Puppet Master, and he's not buying back. He just put that Arcana recently, and now the Tempest ultimate to lockdown Tempest, or Torture. So not the biggest right there, honestly, but they do get another kill. Ratchet Pathblast hits a couple of heroes. Kraken not going to be followed, though, by Lion Esports Club. They are clearly getting into a very, very momentum-heavy game right now. You see Grinix, he actually had a double damage room for that, too. He's playing very ballsy right here. And actually, oh, no, it doesn't matter. Look at that damage again. Ratchet Agnes melts right there. That's a taking Kraken going down. Double tap for Jonas Fan again. I think, I don't know if Reason Gaming is going to hold on much longer here. This is game 1 here in the best set of 3. But it's Lion Esports Club, just everything is going their way now. I mean, you look at the leads here, an 18,000 gold lead, 19,000 experience lead. There you go. GG well played is going to be called. There's about to concede in game number 1. Going to Lion Esports Club. What a game it was. What a game it was there. In game number 1, I mean, definitely some fun stuff to talk about, including the fact you had a case of Lion or Reason Gaming. I mean, they were in a great spot. Imba's boy, 500 plus GPM earlier on. He was off to a hell of a start and was looking like things could do pretty well for them. But it was that one fight mid. That's what it really came down to. They got a great start. They jumped Dr. Pulsar. They started to chase a little bit. But at the same time, it was just beautiful execution for Lion Esports Club. They had the energy field placed down, the full lockdown on Puppet Master with the Tempest Ultimate, and obviously the Doctor Pulsar buyback coming through. And then Grinix, too. I mean, Grinix really showed, man. And this is a Grinix that was 1v3. He ended up getting, he didn't get bloodlusted, but he did die very early on in the game. He ended up going to his own jungle because of that. And here we are at the end of the game, 12-4-7, 420 gold per minute. One of the top farmers in the game, and the damage he was putting out, I think it had to be top 3 on the charts there by the end. So